Here, number one, I need to solve for k. So let's follow the 5 steps to solve equations. The e on every reminds me to eliminate the parentheses. So do I see parentheses? Yes, I do. So I need to eliminate them by the distributive property. What number am I going to distribute? That number right there, 8. So let's show the rainbow to distribute. 8 times 8, that is 64. 8 times this term. What is this term? Not k, but negative k. So 8 times negative k is negative 8k. I bring my equal sign straight down. On the right side, I bring that term down as well, negative 72k. So I did step 1, I eliminated the parentheses. Step 2, the C on cowboy reminds me to combine like terms. I look left, I have a 64 and a negative 8k. I know those are not like terms. After I look left, then I look right. I only have one term, so I can't combine it with anything else. Step 3, the G on gets reminds me to get the variable on one side. Now, do you see how on the right side I only have a term with a k in it? So how about I just move this term, negative 8k? How about I just move that to the right side? So I'm going to add 8k because I know to move the term, I have to undo the subtraction by addition. So I'm going to add 8k, of course, to both sides so that those 8k's will cancel. 64 will be left on the left side. So I bring it straight down. I bring my equal sign straight down. On the right side, I have negative 72k plus 8k. Different signs, subtract, keep the big guy, and I'll be left with negative 64k. Don't forget your variable. Fifth and final step, now that I have my variable on one side and my numbers on the other, the fifth and final step is to solve. And I need to solve by undoing this operation right here, which is multiplication. So I'm going to undo multiplication by division. Now, what am I going to divide both sides by? I'm going to divide both sides by the coefficient of k, by the number in front of k, the number being multiplied by k, which is that number right there. Now, is that number 64? To me, it does not look like 64. To me, it looks like negative 64 because of this negative sign in front of the 64. And so if it's negative 64, which it is, I need to divide both sides of the equation by that number right there. So I'm going to divide the right side by negative 64 and the left side by negative 64. When I do that, these negative 64s simplify to 1, and so you're left with 1 times k, or simply k. And k is equal to 64 divided by negative 64, which would be negative 1. So k equals negative 1. Circle final answer. Equation 2. I'm going to follow the 5 steps to solve equations. Step 1. Are there parentheses? Yes. And if you have parentheses, you need to eliminate them by the distributive property. And in fact, I have a set of parentheses on both sides of the equation. And so I'm going to have to distribute twice. I'll distribute once on the left side and once on the right side. So here we go. On the left side, I'm going to distribute the 8. So 8 times 12, I know that's 96 because of my fact fluency. I have my multiplication facts master. That's no problem for me. 8 times 12, 96. That's easy. 8 times negative k. We did that on the previous problem. We said that's negative 8k. Okay, so on the left side, parentheses are now eliminated. Bring my equal sign straight down. On the right side, I'm going to distribute the 3. 3 times k, that's 3k. 3 times 21, that's positive 63, right? So I did step 1. I eliminated the parentheses on the left side and the right side. Step 2, combine like terms. I look left. I have these two terms. They're not like. After I look left, then I look right. These two terms are also not like terms. So I can't do step 2. Step 3, get the variable on one side. How about we get the k on the right side so that the k term will be positive? So how do you move negative 8k to the right side? You undo subtraction by addition. Right, so I'm going to add 8k to both sides because I always do the same thing to both sides. Those k terms will cancel. I'll be left with 96 on the left side equal to 3k plus 8k is 11k. I bring the plus 63 down. Now that my variable is on the right side, the fourth step, get the numbers on the other side. So how am I going to move the 63 to the other side, to the left side? I undo addition by subtraction. So I subtract 63 from both sides. So those 63s cancel. 96 minus 63, that is 33, equal to 11k. Fifth and final step, solve for k. Divide both sides by the number in front of k, which is 11. So I divide both sides by 11, and k is equal to 33 divided by 11, which is 3. So k is equal to 3. Remember, I can always check my answer by plugging it back into the original equation and seeing if the left side equals the right side. Okay, so you try 3, 4, and 5. Follow the 5 steps to solve the equation, and frame 6 tells you how to turn it in.